fingers at me for corrupting him. It's him corrupting me.
Paul demonstrated his loyalty in many ways, not just from the way he spoke and offered wisdom to Reigns, but through the little things Heyman did, from the way he held the title, to his expert pass of the microphone,
Energy is palpable.
or when he called Roman on the phone.
Come on, Roman Reigns.
Returned in the summer of 2020, it marked a new era for the character, one which fans had been begging to see for quite some time, as Reigns would embark on the greatest run of his career to date. For this video, we'll highlight the very best of Roman's run as the head of the table. We'll break down what it meant to become the tribal chief of his Samoan dynasty, and how it created one of the great wrestling storylines. We'll study Roman's character and what this meant for everyone else. Today, we look at what made Roman Reigns' bloodline run so iconic. Before we take a deep dive into the tribal chief and the bloodline, let's first cover the association that kicked things off when Roman aligned with Paul Heyman. It set the tone perfectly for what was to come, as Heyman played a key role in getting Reigns over as a heel. The main theme when it comes to this version of Reigns is loyalty, something Heyman epitomized as the wise man and special counsel for Roman.
Pointing your accusatory finger. This is trouble for Roman Reigns and the bloodline.
To his brilliant facial expressions in the background of promos or during matches.
I am going to be the one to take him down! And remorseless Roman Reigns.
Despite not being the main focus of the scene, Heyman was always reacting. In the castle, pissing out, and out of the castle, pissing in.
I love you, wise man. And I thank you for your honesty.
This version of Roman Reigns was exemplified by the way he treated and spoke to others. Roman's character was tired of being humble. He was head and shoulders above the rest. He wanted to be treated and told as such, but Reigns also wanted to tell this to everyone else. This allowed Reigns to find his voice and tap into a promo style that just wasn't possible due to the way he was booked before.
When you rep at a 12, it's here comes easy.
Excuse me, Roman, I'd like to get a word with you.
It's funny, like a tribal clown. And I want Brock Lesnar so bad he's tweeting now. You can't be running around here for 2 years in your wife's clothes and say you're the guy. Can't even get the mic to work. I mean, come on. It's one vacation, and SmackDown sucks. It's almost as bad as Raw.
As the head of the table, he was free to roast and talk down to people with great effect.
And what? Cosplay a redneck version of my name? Do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief? This ring is yours. Otherwise, I'll do jackass shit. Cause I'm gonna make it personal. Because it's always been personal. What you do, this is the respect you show me, and not so long. Why don't you play games with me? You're the wise man when I say you're the wise man. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. This is what the bloodline does. Runs this business. Talk to me. Talk to me. As long as I want it, it's mine. This whole industry, this whole business runs off of me.
The tribal chief's trash talk didn't even stop when the bell rang. Roman took full advantage of there being no fans in attendance during 2020 and 2021. Reigns talked us through the match. It added such a unique element to his presentation. It helped further get him over as a heel while greatly adding to the story being told.
And he does again.
And your grandfather's dead. Oh, his papa's up there. Got a lot of responsibility. When I got it, you don't get out. Feel me? This is my script right here. Oh yeah, that's TV stuff. Yeah, that's TV stuff. Boom! Shut your mouths, Brooklyn. I'll come out there and smack your faces, you understand me? He deserves this. He deserves this. Let go of me, man. He won't allow me to let go. He won't allow me. Let go. I got him. It's kicked down. Pedigree. Oh my God. Tony for the win. For the title. For the title. Oh my God.
It was clear Paul was absolutely worshipped by the tribal chief, but Heyman's ultimate test of loyalty came during Reigns' rivalry with Brock Lesnar. Paul had been by Brock's side for so long, including the numerous times Lesnar previously stood across the ring from Reigns. Heyman had to betray Rock to prove he was fully committed to Roman and the bloodline.
Live television every Friday night. If Brock Lesnar fears you, I'm under the impression he wouldn't dare show up at Extreme Rules. Not that Brock Lesnar is Roman Reigns. I mean, you beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. This is when Brock Lesnar usually takes 6 to 9 months off and leaves everybody else hanging, which is a life that you rescued me from, my tribal chief. Which is why I love you, my tribal chief. Are you kidding me? And Roman Reigns with a Superman punch!
While Paul previously portrayed himself as the advocate and hype man for previous clients, with Reigns it was different, since Heyman had history with the family going back years. On TV, Paul and Brock's pairing was always portrayed as a business association. Heyman had double-crossed Lesnar before, after all, but with the wise man and the tribal chief, it goes beyond just business. You can tell how much respect and admiration Paul has for Roman and the family, demonstrating the type of loyalty that is rewarded for generations to come.
My tribal chief. I am the wise man. Who's the man of the wise man? Who's my tribal chief? Who's the tribal chief? You are my tribal chief. I gotta open my own doors now? No, my apologies, my tribal chief. Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Is it not WrestleMania season? It is WrestleMania season, my tribal chief. I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. We all acknowledge you, my tribal chief. The head of the table, the tribal chief, in God mode himself. When it comes to Sami Zayn, it's better to have him. The worst, the dumbest place of all time. Bunch of idiots.
Roman's matches with Jey Uso were storytelling masterpieces for this reason. The incredible character work and sheer emotion portrayed was pure cinema.
You brought the chief all the way out, you know?
Your cousin is out!
You're out. Oh, no, my goodness. Tell the whole world that I am the head of the table, the tribal chief, the boss. I'll grab that lady's left slip over there and slap you across the assholes. Let's go fix everything Jay messed up. Let's go.
Another way Roman's character work greatly improved was through his facial expressions. There were times when he showed intense emotion like we just saw, but most of the time, it was those slight gradual changes in expression that really told the story. Reigns could say a lot without over-emoting.
I don't give a damn what the tribal chief said.
Just look at the different ways he reacted to being cut off by wrestlers' entrance music. Roman's face told us exactly what he thought of the person interrupting him, and the threat they posed.
Acknowledge me. Now the whole world can acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home, acknowledge me. He's gonna acknowledge me. If you're some man, acknowledge me.
In his promos, Roman spoke about the island of relevancy, the idea that the bloodline are the ones with the gold, the be-all and end-all of the industry, and the perfect representation of the Samoan island family heritage, of which the tribal chief rules over.
I'm the tribal chief around here, the head of the table. Suplex City doesn't exist. This is the island of relevancy.
Roman also placed himself on a pedestal, much higher than his opponents, greatness on a different level, that he referred to as God mode.
I'm the last needle mover because I am constantly
Reigns was the needle mover that smashed everyone put in his way, something he made sure to tell us.
I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna stack you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna smash them. I'm gonna stack them. I'm gonna hit them 1, 2, 3. Told the whole world I say. Smash them. Stack them. Hit them 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna smash all of y'all like I would smash Steve Austin. Tonight's the first night that I get to see Brock Lesnar face to face since I smashed him in Madison Square Garden. I'm your tribal chief. I'm the head of the table because I smashed everyone.
Let's now look at those who Roman smashed on the way to his record-breaking multi-year world title reign. It all started when Reigns first returned in the summer of 2020.
Look at this.
Reigns also used a number of catchphrases and taglines to build his real character's identity. The signature finger to the sky told us Reigns and the bloodline were the ones, while everyone else were the twos, as they like to put it.
We the ones. Bloodline. 'Cause you the twos and we the one.
Then as soon as Roman got on the mic, he demanded everyone acknowledge him as the tribal chief.
And acknowledge your tribal chief. All of you, acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. These people, these are all my people because they acknowledge me. Hollywood. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me.
Where Roman won the Universal title. Reigns saw off the likes of Daniel Bryan and Edge before encountering his old rival John Cena. This would be a real test to see how much better this version of Roman Reigns truly was. Roman may have defeated Cena in their previous clash in the ring, but John absolutely destroyed Reigns on the microphone.
I blame you. I'm still here because you can't do your job.
This time round, however, Roman was on a mission to verbally punish Cena.
It's like missionary position every single night. 20 plus years of missionary might have been good enough for you, but it wasn't good enough for Nikki Bella. Cena's not coming. We've already seen Mr. Missionary tonight. Did John Cena write that promo for you, huh? Are you gonna say the same stuff?
Reigns proved how far he'd come by putting down Cena.
Roman Reigns with a spear. And just like that, Roman Reigns will retain.
But there would be yet another old adversary next on the horizon. Roman and Brock Lesnar had traded a number of wins in their previous encounters, but this time it was completely one-sided. With the help of the wise man Heyman, Reigns buried Brock once and for all, to the point where now Roman also held the WWE title, becoming the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. It was an old friend that really put Reigns' entire story arc into perspective when Seth Rollins turned on Roman and the Shield in 2014. It set something off in Roman that ultimately manifested into the character he became today.
But I'll never forgive you for what you did to us. I hate you.
Reigns never wanted to be betrayed like this again, so he demanded unquestioned loyalty from the bloodline. Rollins used this against Reigns, as well as the fact Roman had never beaten Seth when there was a title on the line, something that still hadn't changed after this week.
Tear to the spine. Buggied by Reigns.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Rollins didn't leave with the championship due to the DQ decision, but he did win the mental game. Fans would have been happy to see Roman's title reign end against any of the next 3 challengers. However, the story being told did not call for this to happen. The likes of Cody Rhodes couldn't finish his story until Roman Reigns and the Bloodline finished theirs. The Bloodline story was the heartbeat of WWE programming for years. The Anoa'i family have stood side by side many times before in wrestling, but never were they together in such a dominant faction like this. steeped and built off the back of their storied family lineage. To understand how the group and its run brought Reigns to the next level, we need to tap into the true lore of the story. The Bloodline celebrates the legacy passed down from the High Chief to the current head of the table and Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. During his previous run, Reigns struggled to be accepted by the audience, but now as the head of the table, he demanded to be accepted, validated, and acknowledged. Even if it meant running through his cousins, the Usos, Roman essentially beat them to the point where they had to acknowledge him. Reigns continued to manipulate, corrupt, and tyrannize Jimmy and Jay past the point of submission. You could say it was an example of, if you can't beat them, join them, or Stockholm Syndrome, but it's a lot more complex than that given the family ties. Not only this, but the subsequent success the Usos achieved from being paired with Roman spoke volumes. Their stock as a team was higher than ever, plus the feud with Reigns had proven Jay as a single star, while for Roman, the Usos and later their brother Solo Sikoa was a pivotal insurance policy. Their interference in matches, especially Solo's, was what allowed Reigns to hold both belts for so long.
Super kick! We heard those rules at the Betrayals. We knew the Bloodline was going to do something. Solo! Not like this! Spear!
Sami Zayn's association with the Bloodline brought out a different side to Roman. Up to this point, Reigns had been a brutal heel, so to see him smile and welcome the presence of Sami made for great team.
Are the biggest two of them all, my darling.
Doing a little dance. He's I'm in his head doing the dance. Yeah, right?
Could he now do it by defeating Roman to take Reigns' place as the Tribal Chief?
Do you believe in miracles? Cover by Jay! Jay did it! Jay did it!
His twin Jimmy would stand in the way of this so he could protect Jay from ever becoming like Roman.
I would never be able to live, Bruce, if I let you and watch you become an egotistical ass like Roman Reigns.
Jimmy and Jay didn't immediately acknowledge the Tribal Chief. Their brother Solo, on the other hand, had shown nothing but unwavering loyalty towards Reigns, the type of which Roman was seeking and demanded from the very beginning.
The elders, they may have sent you, but you answer to me now.
I acknowledge you, my Tribal Chief.
Enter Solo Sikoa, someone who, like with Paul Heyman, passed his ultimate test. It's why Solo is perhaps the true heir to the Tribal Chief throne.
The next tribal heir, Jimmy, join me in congratulating Solo.
But this remains to be seen, as the Bloodline story continues to be told.
I acknowledge you as my Tribal Chief.
A story of tradition, family, and loyalty. To close things, we want to take you back to the two things the Tribal Chief said during his first singles run. That's because of how much different these lines hit at this point in time.
How would I want to lessen myself, my legacy, my bloodline, to be the next John Cena when I could be the one and only Roman Reigns? I take my rightful place at the head.
It was interesting seeing how other members reacted to Zayn, especially Jay. Reigns had battered and emotionally scarred the Usos to ensure they were loyal and acknowledged him as the head of them. The complete opposite to how Sami got into the group. Zayn still had to prove himself multiple times. Seeing him get so chummy with Jimmy and Roman only made Jay jealous. Sami so endearing. He was so funny and entertaining. He was becoming one of WWE's most popular babyfaces. Zayn was on the cusp of being considered that way. But he was only ever one mistake away from being admonished by